all the time that I've had to do this, but I'm going to re-record the daily financial news because the microphone was not working, so I'm going to record this from my phone. This is daily financial news for June 19th. Thank you for being here. Sorry for the issues this morning. A couple of things to talk about. I want to reference an article put out by Lance Lambert that I thought was an amazing read. It really makes you think. We obviously have billionaires like Barry Sternlicht selling single-family homes. We have folks like Invitation Homes and American Homes for Rent being net sellers. So what are the billionaires saying about real estate? Are the billionaires telling you it's time to sell your rentals? Is it a housing crash coming? And yes, I'm also trying to record this while struggling with Sunny. Is this what you do when you do these things live? Why are you being a problem today, huh? What do you think? All right, folks, let's get into this. Let's talk about this article from Lance Lambert. And it really is unfortunate. You can go find it. It really starts with Barry Sternlicht. On this channel, we obviously call Barry Sternlicht Billionaire Barry. He, of course, is most famously known for bringing PowerPoint to CNBC. And really what Barry's doing is he's looking for shopping to sell 2,000 single-family homes. My understanding is his portfolio is about 3,200. What I would ask you to do is take a step back. If you look at Starwood Capital, single-family homes are 2 or 3% of his portfolio. What does that mean? Well, unfortunately, in the world that we are operating today, or I should say he is operating, 96% of his portfolio is commercial real estate. In an environment where rates are up, where liquidity is down, where cap rates are up, where NOI is down, where you are possibly staring at writing checks of $100 million to save a building, folks, yes, billionaires will have a choice. Do they write a check to keep a building? Or do they sell it at fire sale prices and take a loss? That is at least my belief. I believe Barry Sternlicht is selling everything he can right now that's not nailed down. I believe there are very few things that Barry owns that are not underwater. Now, to be clear, I don't think they will be underwater forever. I think this is a short window. But if your debt comes due at the wrong time, it is going to hurt. So again, I have said repeatedly and actually done a financial exercise with a syndicator on how somebody could be worth $1 billion. $4 billion portfolio, 25% equity. They are a net worth billionaire. We took the cap rate up 1 point from 3.5 to 4.5. We took the NOI down 12%. They went from being a net worth billionaire to a net worth negative billionaire. That is the environment I believe Barry finds himself in. He is staring at bad assets and he's selling the good ones to raise cash. Could he be selling because he thinks housing is going to crash? Sure, that is possible. Is he selling because managing single-family homes is harder than apartments? Maybe. Is he selling houses because he can get a better return somewhere else? Maybe. I think it is far simpler. I think Barry Sternlicht and billionaires like him are in survival mode. Survival mode. So they're going to sell everything to raise cash. Again, folks, I am re-recording this. I normally do these lives at 7:30. I was very disappointed, and I have no explanation why the mic didn't work, this one right here. So I'm recording this again as an apology for folks. I do want to tell you that we are announcing an event on July 16th. It is an event that many of you have asked for. We are bringing Dan Bird on to do a 3-hour session about his risk calculator, position sizing, technical analysis 101, and we have allocated an hour to look at your stocks. Here's the deal. Buy your seats today. You will get not only access to the live event and actually ask questions, but you will also get the recording so you can play with this. And trust me, I've worked with Dan Bird for 20 years. He is going to give you tremendous value that you will not be able to absorb in one sitting. Let me say that again. He is so knowledgeable about what he does, it will take you more than one sitting to understand this. So if you can't be at the event on that day, I understand. Buy your ticket anyway so you get the replay. Back to Lance Lambert's amazing article. He also went on to talk about American Homes for Rent. He went on to talk about Invitation Homes. If you don't know who those two are, they are the largest operator of single-family homes in the country. In Q1, both companies were net sellers. So again, are these for rent companies calling a top? Are they getting out of the business? Are they moving capital to something else? Maybe. But let's put this in context. Invitation Homes sold 297 homes and they bought 194. 1 year ago, they sold 147. They bought 822. For context. American Homes for Rent, just to give you that one, they sold 666. They bought 312. So what does that mean? Are these companies simply trimming their portfolios and exiting some markets? Maybe. Is this the start of widespread selling? Maybe. Is this a sign that cost of capital is just too high and it's hard to cash flow? Probably. But again, a lot of stuff going on here. And then finally, again, you got to check out Lance Lambert on Fortune. Just Google Fortune Lance Lambert. He talks about Yield Street. Yield Street is an operator of 700 single-family homes. Yield Street is predicting a 5% housing crash, an additional 5%. So Yield Street is on pause. Interesting. You're trying to time the market. Again, a decline of 5% nationally does mean that there are some markets that are 12, 13, 14% because, again, you don't get to 5% national without some locations being worse. So, again, there is some of that. So, again, I want to ask you, do you think billionaires, the largest landlords, are selling because a crash is coming? Because they're hard to manage? Because the return's just not there? Or maybe they're trying to raise cash. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Let's keep going on. Again, folks, this is a repeat. I did this live at 7:30 a.m. It's called the Daily Financial News. This one is a repeat because the mic sucked. I apologize. And I just felt like I owed this to you. Let's talk about Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs has come out and said that they are lowering the expectations for growth in China. This is important. They are the second largest economy, the second largest population, and there was great hope that China would pull the world forward and not have a global recession. It looks like Goldman Sachs has put some cold water on that thesis. I want to talk about the one and only Cody Sanchez. This is actually brand new information. This was not shared this morning. I skipped it by mistake. Cody Sanchez put out an amazing video on her channel. She put out something about commercial real estate. You and I have talked about commercial real estate potentially becoming a bloodbath, and she is saying this is coming. She's actually saying this could be worse than '08 for residential, and I agree. Residential peak to trough nationally was about 20%. There are calls for a 40% crash in commercial. Again, commercial is very diverse. There's office, there's retail, there's multifamily, there's industrial, there's medical, all of that. So again, it's not one size fits all. But again, there's pain coming. I do think Cody talks about one thing at the end of that video that's very important and most people would miss. That is who owns the paper. Because when you look at the bank balance sheets, not a lot of banks own commercial Class A office. This is why. For 40, 50, 60 years, Class A office has been the golden standard for commercial real estate. So insurance companies, pensions, mutual funds, they are the owner of these and they are going to get hurt. It's going to be very interesting to watch because a lot of people are assuming that commercial collapse of 40% is going to hurt banks. It will hurt a few banks, but it won't hurt most banks because they sold that paper to someone else. So the people holding the bag, at least in most cases, surprise, not banks. The other thing we need to talk about is we need to talk about home builders. Home builder sentiment today. Again, we are celebrating Juneteenth, so the market is closed, but we did get an economic report. New home builder sentiment, up. It went up 5 points. Now, why would new home builders be up? Aren't we supposed to be having a housing crash? Let me ask you these 4 questions. Have builders realized that they can stimulate demand by lowering rates? Fun fact, I'm looking at a brand new home in Las Vegas, and I'm looking to get a 4.99% 30-year loan. Thank you very much, Mr. Builder. I will take that. How about lack of competition? Now, who is the competition for new homes, you might ask? Existing home sales. We have interest rate lock-in, existing home sales inventory down, new listings down. Home builders do not have competition, or at least reduce competition. Check. How about improved supply chain, right? You can get stuff, you can get windows, you can get kitchen sinks, you can get these things. Check. And then finally, lumber. Is lumber down? Is the input cost is the raw material for building cheaper? Absolutely. So again, folks, I wanted to re-record this because I did not like how the first one turned out. I will not delete it because, again, I want to stay true to my channel. I don't delete videos. In fact, I've deleted 2 videos ever on this channel. So we will just keep the one up from this morning because I want to keep the trend going. But I didn't like what I ended. Remember, folks, you can join the event on July 16th from 8 to 11 and watch Dan Bird talk about risk calculator, position sizing, technical analysis, and of course, an hour dedicated to your stocks. Link below, it will be on Eventbrite. Only 200 people. Only 200 people. And something else I forgot to do. We need to congratulate some people for doing the work. Brett, congratulations for getting your next deal. Nolan, congratulations for getting your first deal. And Brett, you actually got 2. You got your first deal and your next deal. So these cards will go in the mail. Brett, congratulations. And Nolan, congratulations. If you don't know what these are cards I send out when people get their first or next deal. It's my way of understanding what kind of impact. If you get one of these cards, do me a favor, take a selfie. Take a picture of a book. I have a whole board with pictures of one rental at a time fan. So make sure you take an image, tag me on Instagram, have some fun. Like, subscribe, comment. I will try to figure out the mic for tomorrow, or I will just record on my phone. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.